From today, we will start from the RAP development. Today, I will discuss its architecture and some know about the RAP, and we will create our we will create our trial account. Then we enable the ABAP environment there. We will install the Eclipse in our system. Then from tomorrow, inshallah, we will start start the development of one application. We will start from simple application, then we will start extending it. For example, then we will insert the CRUD operation there. Then we will insert some search apps. We will use different controls there, and then we will do some one other application with unmanaged scenario. We will use, like I write here, we will use the attachment control. It should not be as a topic. It's very simple, and in a few minutes we will understand in RAP. Obviously, we know that in UI5 we need some coding to do this. But in RAP, it is just one annotation we will use and upload control will work. But I write that as a topic here because last time when I delivered the training, they need as a topic. Also, I write here one thing. We will create a freestyle application. We all know that it is not needed. We all are experienced. We create many applications. So this is we all know what is the architecture, what is the structure of freestyle application. I write here for the new developers to show them to differentiate what is the freestyle and what is the RAP. Freestyle we know, RAP we will know, then we will compare both of them, inshallah. Okay, so inshallah everything we will cover practically from tomorrow. Today we will get the introduction like this. Like here in this blog. This blog, I feel it's useful. It's not a blog, basically it's a tutorial of SAP. I will share this link to you. When you follow this tutorial, then you can self-learn. Complete RAP applications tutorials from here is the starting point, and in the end you will at the end you will have one complete application using managed scenario with CRUD operations. Okay, I will share this link. Today, let's have some little bit of this. RAP is a framework that is RESTful. Its output is the RESTful service, and that service can also have UI annotations. It means user interface annotations. Where user interface mean Fury application will be developed using that service without further coding. Okay. One thing, it is possible in the RAP, you can complete or you can develop the application without any ABAP code. Obviously, you will have to write some annotations. That annotations are very less. Further, the application which we developed using RAP is a lightweighted, and it is execute using the SAP S/4HANA technology, like in memory execution. That's why its response time is very quick as compared to a traditional application like freestyle application. Okay, we will see when we develop this one application, inshallah. Regarding its architecture, it has usually three layers. One is data modeling and behavior, then business service provisioning, then the service consumption. We start from the data modeling because service consumption is the top, then business service behind that, and behind the business service there are data modeling. Data modeling means the database table and how we model it, how we will use what will the business logics will be there, and behavior. Business logics are in the behaviors. In data modeling is the structure, you can say that. When modeling means when we create the tables that we are going to creates or develop one application, then we know that we have to design it. So data modeling is the design. Okay, behavior is the logics and the operations. And business service provisioning mean the core data service. Will whether V2, whether V4, what entities going to expose in the data, that will be the business service provisioning. Then the service consumption means the user interface. For example, we consume that service in Business Application Studio to deliver a Fiori app. Okay, this is the structure in a diagram. Data modeling, we can see that business objects like CDS, okay, database tables will also be there, and behavior implementation like that, and the queries. For example, queries mean the views. For example, to select some records from the tables. Then business object projection. Projection means the filter. For example, what we need to expose in a particular service. We will see when we will be in the application, inshallah, with more detail. Then the service definition, what entities we are going to expose. Then the binding. Binding means bind the protocol version, means V2 or V4, like that. And then in the top level, the consumption, then the Fiori UI consumption or Web API. Web API means, for example, there is no user interface, only to integrate or expose the data to the, for example, other system. Okay, that we decide using the service part. Okay, remaining part I will like you all to read. Okay, this is described in some more detail. What is the database layer? You can see in the diagram. Diagram explain actually. You can see that first step is you create a database table, or you use some database table, then you create the CDS on top of that, then other things we will see. I will explain each thing when we create the application, then you will understand this diagram as well. And the CDS and base protocol you will see, and you will read this. Let me to come on this slide. This slide, yesterday I asked AI to give me one slide. He gave me a good slice and very in very summarized and very high level way. Okay. RAP application, these are some layers or some features of the model. We can say that it is a modern cloud-ready framework, built cloud-ready enterprise-grade application using ABAP in environment. RAP is cloud-ready application we deliver as output of this development. RAP means using ABAP. Okay, when you need to insert some custom logic, then you use the programming language, which that programming language is ABAP, because we use the ABAP language behind the service. That's why it's called RAP. And other thing is CAP, Cloud Application Programming. Okay, that is another approach. We can, if we are not interested in the RAP, then we can use the CAP. CAP is even more lightweighted than the RAP, and there is a light difference, but both are equal like in the organizations. If you have expertise in CAP, use that technique to develop the application. If you have expertise in ABAP, use the RAP to deliver the application. Okay. Data modeling, service provisioning, these are same, whether you use the RAP, whether you use the CAP. But when you need to insert business logic, then there is the syntax different. In RAP, you use the ABAP syntax. In CAP, you use usually JavaScripts or some other languages, up to you. And There is also some light difference, very light difference in the data modeling as well, but it's not the big that you cannot understand. Okay, a unified model development, developer defined business objects, behavior, data model, and service in a unified standardized approach. Mean there is a one standard approach, then that will be same for all application, whether the simple application, whether the complex application. Approach will be same, and the output will be the modern language, modern user interface. Layered architecture means the separation means architecture wraps layered architecture ensured separation of concerns and harmonized development tiers for maintainability. Means we discussed the data modeling, then the behavior, then the service provisioning. We have separate layers. Support digital transformation means it is when you migrate to other cloud system in the SAP, or for example, when you upgrade, it will be smooth. Okay, and also it is similar as SAP standard application look like wise. Standardized development approach, we already discussed. Full application lifecycle support, we already discussed that complete data model, logic, and complete application we delivered. Automation and customization. RAP automate backend tasks with managed scenarios while allowing flexible through unmanaged scenarios for customizations. The RAP service can be managed and can be unmanaged. Managed mean SAP manage all the application for its coding, for its behavior, for its execution. Even at some extent user interface as well. So usually managed scenario means as SAP when basically when you use the managed scenario, then you will no need to write any single ABAP code. SAP managed. And unmanaged mean you have to do everything for the business logics to database operations, everything you have developer responsibility, unmanaged. When we use managed, when we use unmanaged, when managed usually when there is greenfield development, greenfield, and when there then usually we use managed. When there is brownfield, then we use unmanaged. What is greenfield? What is brownfield? Greenfields mean when you have to do something from the scratch, then that's mean there is a greenfield. From zero level you start, then this is greenfield. When there is something you have to do, you have to carry something from the previous application, from previous version, like that, or you have to going to change something, then brownfield. Then you usually use unmanaged. Even or when there is very complex development, then you use unmanaged. And in managed, there is also we have the options, for example, to write some light logic in managed scenarios as well, that we call managed with modify save. That we will discuss, inshallah, when we develop the applications. Integration with the SAP UI that we already discussed, that it's user interface we also generated with the metadata. This service has a metadata. In the metadata, we can write the annotations to define the user interface that we will discuss when we develop the application. That we already discussed. Managed and I discussed. Cloud ready we discussed. Okay, integration we discussed. Metadata driven architecture we discussed. Metadata driven architecture means that this service has a metadata. That metadata has everything. For example, when we read the metadata, we can read its data model, and also we can read its user interface, and also we can extend it. When, for example, if we are in Business Studio, we can extend its metadata to change to override or insert the user interface, for example. Okay, that's all. That's this is also we discuss data modeling we discussed means CDS view tables and the relationships we define data model and behavior definition implementation. Here we define the custom logic sections like that. Projection layer in projection layer we for example, there is one CDS view. For example, for the example that we have a CDS who is exposing the complete purchase order information, complete header, complete line item, account assignment details, everything is exposing. But in the projection, we can filter. For example, we need only to expose the line item data. We are not going to expose its accounting details. So we can filter that. And also we can add some calculations, for example, we need. So we can add in the projection. Projection layer is optional. If you need, we can add. Then service definition and binding we already discussed. That's all I think. Managed and unmanaged we discussed. Choosing between managed and unmanaged depends on project complexity, performance needs, and customizing that we already discussed. That also we discussed, which these things are repeating here, basically. Okay. Now I want to show you something from the system. Quickly, I will log in the Eclipse. Okay. Before the tomorrow session, I will expect that you should have your trial account. I am sharing you this link. That link will guide you step by step in detail how you will get the trial account. Okay, you will just follow this tutorial, and you at the end you will get the trial account. Okay, try to create the trial account in US data center, US region. Then we will enable the ABAP environment. And ABAP environment we will enable tomorrow in the session, inshallah. Don't worry about that. If you can enable, then you will follow this tutorial. You will enable it. Then this link will be you will use this link to download the Eclipse and install and add a web development tool there. That tutorial will guide you. Okay. After completing this tutorial, you will have Eclipse as well. So Eclipse and the trial account you should have tomorrow before the session, because tomorrow we are going to log in the Eclipse. Here I will show you one already developed RAP service for over one client, that is ODP. I will just log in. I will just show you how the architecture and how the service is. I don't know what it is, what was the switch. Okay, we'll see later. It's not going to log in. Okay, I thought password is saved, but it's not saved. I need to search the password. I have something somewhere in my system, but I need to search, then I have to. Okay. If we will see tomorrow then. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. Tomorrow when we start the session, obviously we will log in the Eclipse. In tomorrow, what we will do, first we will enable the ABAP environment in our trial account. After when we enable it, then we will connect our Eclipse with the web environment. Then in the Eclipse, uh, first we will see the service architecture, some already built services. Then we will create one simple service in the session, inshallah.